Hello archers, Coach Angel here again with this week's video. Push, pull, or what? Now some of you may be looking at that title and wondering, what is he talking about this time? Real simple. So often I hear people who are coaching others or see videos online, and the most common thing that I see is being told is this: when you come to full draw, push and pull. Push and pull at the same time. A lot of people think different things about this. It's nonsense. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Now, as always, I use a Genesis bow for demonstration, but this is actually going to prove a very, very important point about what I'm talking about. And here we go. Let's just say you come to full draw, okay? And you're doing what they're telling you. You're pushing and pulling. Pushing, pulling. Well, if you haven't noticed, look what's starting to happen. The string is coming deeper into me, and my arm is rolling forward. And if you remember the last video I went into, it's not to let this shoulder roll forward. Always keep it back. You avoid a string slap like that. So here's part of the problem. A lot of people do this and tell people to do it so that they can maintain a constant pressure as they're drawing the bow and at anchor. Okay, so if that's the case, then only half of it is right. Because if I come to draw, I just lift my arm up and I come back and I come to anchor. I'm not going to try to push, but I am going to try to pull, okay? Leaving my arm up in ecstatic position like this, I can pull. Now, that works, except for one other little thing. They tell you to pull. Pull where? You pull like this. Now, I've mentioned this before, but there's no way for a human being to pull their shoulder out of their socket. So you can't pull straight back. What you're trying to do is pull your shoulder, only this part, to your spine. And again, it laughs in the face of what they say push and pull, because when you realize that as you draw, this is static. The front half never moves. I'm pulling my shoulder towards my spine. And it's not doing this. It's doing this. It's a very small movement. So the push and pull thing they keep telling you is flawed. It's always static in the front half, so there's no push. Pull your shoulder towards your spine, which sounds like you're pulling in a circle, but what you're really doing is pulling in a straight line. Because if you try to pull in a straight line, you notice I can't do this. But if I pull my shoulder, my hand and the arrow still move in a straight line, but you're actually putting pressure and pulling. Now, whether you're a recurver, a compound shooter, a longbow shooter, doesn't make a difference. It's all the same principle. Easiest to demonstrate on a Genesis because these have no draw stop, much like a recurve or a longbow do not have that. So if someone is actually pushing and pulling with one of these, it's easy to see how they can actually get themselves out of whack. I've actually even heard someone say, get into the bow. And I've also seen this. Try not to laugh. Really? People, take everything you hear out there as far as instruction goes with a grain of salt and just think it through. Because once you really go over the whole process in your head, push and pull makes no sense. Pulling while keeping this static does. In the next video that we're going to cover, we're going to go all over the arm angle and how this is the key to actually getting a great shot instead of a random shot every single time. But as always, we learn something new every week. And if you keep on coming back to the channel, I promise to have something different for you. So, as we always say, it's never goodbye until we see you again. And until next time, Coach Angel, out.